She wore white to my wedding, front row, smiling like a bride herself. When the vows began, she coughed, loud, deliberate, and winked at my husband. My guests laughed nervously. I didn't. I just raised my glass, as if to toast. The waiters slipped envelopes onto every plate. By the time she opened hers, her smile had collapsed into ash. She fled before dessert. That was the moment everyone saw, but not the moment it began. I met her in college, my shadow and my sister, though we shared no blood. She wore my clothes, borrowed my words, envied my light. I thought it was admiration. It was hunger. When I fell in love, she was the first to know. She squealed when I told her about him, swore he was perfect for me. She introduced us at a party she claimed she'd thrown for me. Later, I learned she'd invited him months before she told me his name. I didn't see it then. Love blinds you. So does friendship. The cracks appeared in whispers. He started coming home late, smelling faintly of her perfume, the one she said I should try, but I never wore. His phone turned face down. His eyes turned elsewhere. One night, half asleep, I heard him murmur her name. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I lay awake, cold, memorizing the sound of betrayal. The next morning, I kissed him like nothing had changed. I told her over coffee that I'd chosen her as my maid of honor. Her eyes gleamed, almost too quickly. That was when I knew. They thought I'd crumble, but I don't break. I sharpen. I started small, changed the locks on my accounts, shifted assets into places only I could reach. He never noticed, too busy slipping out to meet her. Then I waited. I let the wedding approach like a storm cloud. I invited her closer. Dress fittings, cake tastings, late-night planning sessions. She reveled in it, basking in my trust while sneaking glances at the man who should have been mine alone. Every smile she gave him tightened the blade I was forging. The night before the wedding, I left a folder on the hotel desk. Inside, bank statements, text messages, photographs, all dated, cataloged, undeniable. I didn't give it to him, not yet. It was for later, when silence would wound sharper than accusation. For her, I had something else prepared. The ceremony was perfect, on the surface. She wore white, brazen. My mother's jaw tightened, guests whispered, but she basked in it, her performance as the second bride. Then the vows, my voice steady, his trembling, though no one noticed but me. She coughed, winked, and thought she'd stolen the moment. That was when I raised my glass. A signal. Waiters drifted out like phantoms, silver trays heavy with envelopes. One placed in front of each guest, including her. I watched her fingers tear the flap, watched her eyes drop to the page. Inside every envelope was the same thing, a single photograph. Her and him. Different places, different times. Always the same betrayal. Gasps rose like smoke. Heads turned. My husband froze. And she drained of color so fast I thought she might faint. She didn't faint. She fled. The guests erupted, a ripple of scandal and pity. Some looked at me, waiting for collapse. But I smiled, toasted, told them to enjoy the meal. By dessert, she was gone. By midnight, so was he, escorted from the hotel after I slid the folder across the table to him. Divorce papers tucked inside. He signed without protest. I left with my name intact, my accounts secure, my story clean. She left with whispers trailing her like shadows. The woman who wore white to my wedding. The woman who ran before dessert. I didn't need to shout. I didn't curse. My revenge was quiet, surgical. I gave her what she craved, an audience. And then I stripped her mask before them all. Now, when her name is spoken, it drips with disgrace. When mine is spoken, it carries steel. Sometimes, late at night, I think about the moment her eyes hit that photograph. That split second when confidence curdled into fear. That's the image I keep. Not the pictures of them together, not the signed papers, not the empty side of the bed. Her face, her silence, her fleeing. That is my victory, and it tastes sweeter than any dessert ever could.